Okay, we have some tar in their zones. Let's go. We're back here on the Hunter Call the Wild, and today we're going to be talking about how to find all of your tar feed zones and how to set up for the Great One Tahr Grind. Now, this grind is very different from every other Great One grind that we have ever done because tar have no drink zones. So this grind has to be done with feed or rest zones, and this map is very challenging. It is very thick. It is not flat. Getting a tent and a tripod down is not an easy thing. So today we're going to go through everywhere where you should be looking for your zones. I'm going to show you all the very best spots and how I have been setting up in order to efficiently grind for the Great One Tahr. But first we're going to take 2 of them down. Okay, we have 2 3s here. How you doing, my buddy? That's for you. And that's for you. Got him! Beauty. And he went splat. So guys, let me know in the comments whether or not you are going to grind for the Great One Tahr. And if you are, how many kills are you into the grind so far? And somewhere in the video, I am going to share a key phrase. Drop that in the comments for your chance to win a free membership to the channel. Okay, level 3, straw. So straw is uncommon. Red-brown is their only common fur type. And there it is. So tar are going to pay you about $1,000 each. So not terrible for cash. And that is where we are on the map right there. So the first thing you need to know when looking for your tar feed zones is that they have many different feed zone times. So I have decided to grind them between 4 and 7. But what I would recommend doing is finding a bunch of tar zones and then figure out which feed zone time works best for your map. Because you don't want to have to be changing the time and going to different zones. You just want it to be a simple grind. Change the time once and go to all of your zones and just be set up for that one time frame. So they feed from 4 to 7, 7 to 11, 14 to 17, and 17 to 20. But we are definitely going to be using the 4 to 7 feed zone time. Now, the other thing I want to point out is when you're looking at your map, these light brown areas, these are wide open spots. The dark areas are super thick, but these light brown areas, that's where you want to be looking for your feed zones. Okay, so I just discovered this feed zone for tar right here, and there is 6 in it, and I shot one of them. Most of them were here. I spotted all but one of them. So there was 1 male and 4 females. So then I checked the tracks and I did find another male track. So there are 2 males in this zone. So this is a zone we are going to set up on, and it's beautiful, nice out in the open. And these are the zones you want to set up on whenever you can find them, because a lot of them are in the thick of it, and that is not what we want. Now the trick is getting a tent down on an incline. I laugh, but man, it's not easy. So maybe this little area down here will let us put a tent down. There we go. Beautiful. And then what we want to do, I would like a blind. I don't think I can put a tripod down, but I'll try because I'm crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to put a tripod down. All right, we're gonna try a blind. It may be just as impossible, but we're gonna try. So I am using the Incognito Deluxe Waterfowl blind. And remember guys, you want to always purchase the same variation because they stack. Carrying 100 weighs the same as carrying 1 when they are the same variation. So that's important. Okay, so you always want the door facing the tent so you can run right in. Getting it down is going to be the trick. Oh. Okay, I wonder if I can move the tent to be a little... Okay, there you go. You can run right into the blind. I don't know what we're going to be able to see. We may have to move it closer. But all you can do is set up, then wait till they're there, and then refine your setups. So there's one more zone set up on right there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to run and check for zones up here, and then we're going to go and run this brown area here and down in this area. I know there are more zones out there, and we are going to find them. There's a 5 medium tar right there. Oh my gosh! I have to get him! Oh my gosh, I have to figure out what zone he is in. We found a 5 medium, dude. Okay, I gotta find his zone. I do have the track picked up, so it is highlighted. So I gotta figure out where he's coming from. This is his track right here. Please give us a zone! Now, I have been trolled once by Tahr on the beta. I don't know, maybe he was traveling just now. Good luck finding him. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back. Maybe I'm gonna check this zone. Maybe he's from that zone. Maybe we spooked him out. Okay, so right now we are basically backwards tracking this Tahr, this level 5. Just need to know where he came from. I think he came from this zone. Oh. What are you? There's a 3. Splat, that's what you get. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, female. Okay, we still have the level 5 track picked up. I just want a need zone indicator highlighted so I know it's a zone. Come on. And there's our level 3. We double lunged him. Beautiful. From 91 meters. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is where he came from. It's gotta be. We found him quite a ways away, but I think this is a zone and we're already set up on it. That's pretty delightful. So now we just gotta get him. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the time back and we're gonna wait for him. The thing is, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see him. Maybe I should refine my setup. I think I'm going to, but can I? Okay, I'll leave this here for now, put a new one, and then I'll pull this if necessary. So we'll put it back to like 540. Okay, we have everything we need. Hopefully I have another tent. Do I? Yes. Beautiful. Yeah, we'd be way better off looking down than looking up. So I'm gonna try and set up here. Basically, all you can do is pick a spot, and then once the Tahr are in their zone, then figure out if that is a good spot, and if not, move it. Yeah, if they're out here, and I'm set up like up here somewhere, this will be perfect if I can do it. It's a big if. Yeah. Okay, okay. Woo. Tent is down. Now, please let me put this. Yes! Yes! Beautiful! Okay, we have 2 setups for this zone now. I'm not gonna keep 2. That would be very wasteful, but for right now, we're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave the game and refresh it, so hopefully this Tahr will end up back in its zone. If not, we will be searching for him. Here we go. Okay, we're getting a warning call from a male Tahr, and I'm hoping it's this level 5. 40 to 60 meters? Oh my gosh. Yes, I know you're there, dude. I just don't see you. What the heck? There it is! There it is! Come on, come on, come on! Give me a spot! Give me a spot! Don't think he ran yet. It's right in front of me. Dog, lay down. Did he run? Probably ran. There he is. I got him! Let's go! I got him! Beautiful. Man, he was a sneaky one. Please don't troll me again. Another troll. Oh my gosh, that is nasty. 99.96 and 101.87 is diamond. Well, we got a beautiful double lung shot. 37.06 meters, and that is my second Tahr troll. Ridiculous. Well, this is where we got him. What a stinker. Okay, so I have a tent right here and a tripod, and my zone is right over here. Now, the way I am set up here, this would be my preference to set up like this on every zone, but it just isn't possible. So from right here, we can see everything in the zone. We have at least 2 males in this zone. That is what you want. So we're just gonna run down, jump into the tripod, and take them down. Now you should have a lot of Tahr feed zones in this area right here. That's a feed zone, that's a feed zone, that's a feed zone right there. There are more up here, not all the same time, but a lot of them are solos. So before you just set up blindly on a zone, pick up the need zone indicator and make sure that you have at least 2 males in that zone. And you never want to be setting up on a solo zone, because anytime you shoot a solo zone, that zone will delete and show up somewhere else on the map. Okay, can we get 2? We're definitely going to start with this 4, and then we're going to try for the 3 over here. Did I hit it? Oh my gosh, what? Oh, he is going down. Okay. I think we got them both. And we have an outpost down here, so we can just fast travel down there. Now, I am not using any tents for pickup tents. Most of my setups, you just don't need it because you're so close to the zone anyway. But in instances where you could, I'm just not going to waste the tent. We're going to use it on a different zone. So this zone is very consistent. Every time I come here, there's always Tahr waiting for me when it is the right time, of course. And that should be the level 4, 93.51. Beautiful. And then we will get the dog to help us with the second one. Non-vital, that'll do. That'll definitely kill him. And there it is. We were too far back on that shot, but I was shooting quick because he was about to bolt, but we did get him down. And that's what's important. So there we are. And this is where that zone was. Top right corner of the map. So when you find a tar zone, just like I have found right here, you want to pick up the need zone indicator. So this zone has 4 tar in it. Now I shot one of them, I shot a male, and I didn't get to spot all of them. So basically I don't want to set up on this zone unless there are at least 2 males in the zone. And so I'm going to pick up the tracks leading out of this zone, and if I don't find another male track, I'm not going to set up on this zone because it just has 1 male in it, which is unfortunate because this is a nice wide open zone. This is where we are on the map. So I'm not going to set up on this zone, but I'm going to keep traveling and checking all of these lighter brown areas for more feed zones. And I'm going to do it at this time between 4 and 7 because that is the feed zone we're going to be hunting tar in. That is the only time zone we're interested in. So we're going to keep searching. Okay, I think we have found a zone. Yepper, there it is. So in the brown area. So now you want to pick up the need zone indicator, 5. So that's good. Now we want to make sure that there are 2 males in here. So I'm going to pick up some tracks and see if we can find 2 male tracks. Now spotting them is obviously the better option, but they just weren't here. I probably spooked them. Okay, there are 2 95 to 117 kilogram tracks, so there are at least 2 males here. So we're going to set up on this zone. I haven't been able to do that yet. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the only spot I could get the tent down. I ran all the way around. I tried to put it at the top. I just couldn't do it, but it let me put it here. Now, can I put a blind? Please say yes. For some reason, it's easier to put the blinds down than it is the tents. Actually, I'm gonna turn that a little bit. Let's try that again. Perfect. Okay, so we are now set up on this zone. It's pretty much right in front of us. So let me show you where you should be looking for your zones. So first and foremost, there will be a pile of zones in this area up here. I was set up here. However, most of these zones are 14 to 1700. I did not have much going on up here from 4 to 7. So I ended up pulling my tents, but this might be a really great area for you. So definitely check this area. Now there are no tar zones directly around this lake, but along this path, as I mentioned before, I have a pile and up in this area. And those are all tar zones. Those are all tar zones. You want to be checking all of the light brown areas. This is where we just set up. I am set up over here. And then this area right here is really good. What time is it? 6:21. Okay. You just don't know if they're going to be there. Oh, something is done. Oh, there we go. There's a 4. He's about to flee. Oh my gosh. Okay. Got him! Beautiful. Now the tar are not always going to be in their feed zone, so if you get to a zone and they're not there, just go to the next zone and just cycle back later. They will eventually come in, but they can be a little slow. So I actually have a tent down here and a tent here. This area up here, also really good. Lots of zones in this area. And then over here, let's have a peek there. There's a 3. I think one just went by. So basically when you come right out of the tent, if you're right on their zone, you want to be ready to shoot immediately. I don't have any others, so I'm going to take them. As far as how many zones to set up on, currently I am using some tents to grind yak with. So you can set a few tents aside, 3 or 4, if you wanted to grind tigers or yaks or something else. And the other 12 I am using on the grind here. And we don't need pickup tents, so 12 is plenty. I would say even setting up on 8 zones is probably good. It all depends on how consistent your zones are. Are you finding tar all the time when you go in there, or do you have to wait for them? As you do your rotations, you're going to figure out what your best zones are and what your most consistent zones are. So those are the ones you're going to want to hit. Now here is how the fur types work for the tar. The common fur type for tar is red-brown. Then we have light brown and straw, which are uncommon. And then the rares are red, white, black, dark red, and dark brown. Those are rare, and albino is very rare. Now when I was first starting to grind tar, I spotted a female, really dark blue sheep, and I wondered if it was melanistic. Well, only one way to find out. That's the way. I think it is. It is! Melanistic blue sheep. Okay, very sweet. Just walking right through the tar zone. And that is where we got her. But I do have a hotspot map. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so I have circled all the areas where I am set up, as well as some other areas where I was set up, but there are definitely lots of tar zones there. Now I am going to be shooting the 3s and up. I'm going to try not to shoot anything below that. I'm not using herd management to start with, but once I get a really good feel for this grind, I probably will start herd managing and shooting down zones and then moving my setups around so that we can shoot down certain zones, and that is only going to help the grind. But all you can do is run around your map, pick up need zone indicators, spot into the distance, and check all those light brown areas to find all of your tar feed zones. Okay, we have tar here. Look at that. Beautiful. Have a couple males and everything. So a little tip here, guys. If you are using these ground blinds, you can actually jump right up onto the edge. It will keep you hidden, and that gives you a little bit of extra elevation. Just make sure you're not too far forward or you will not be hidden. And if you are not hidden, you will not get reduced hunting pressure. But I really hope that helps you guys to put the Great One Tahr in your lodge. And if you did enjoy the video, guys, splat that like button. For more videos just like this, hit the subscribe. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm going to recommend that you watch this video next.